Have you ever felt like the universe was whispering directly to your soul? But you couldn't quite explain why? Because today, dear Leo, it's not a coincidence that you found yourself here. It's destiny pulling the invisible threads. And I have to admit, I'm scared to reveal what's coming next. Because it's bigger than anything you've experienced before. Welcome to Eternal Mindfulness, where we dive deep into the sacred messages of the stars. This is your in-depth horoscope reading for Leo, crafted with intuition, astrology, tarot, and the timeless wisdom of cosmic energy. Right now, a rare portal is opening. As we approach April 30th, something extraordinary is happening. The sun and the moon will be in their exalted signs, radiating pure, amplified energy. It's a once-in-a-lifetime moment to manifest wealth, love, healing, and transformation on a scale most people only dream of. Every thought you hold, every emotion you nurture, every intention you set, it will multiply, faster and stronger than usual. That's why, if you're longing for a breakthrough in your finances, career, relationships, or inner peace, the time to act is not tomorrow. It's now. You're not here by mistake. Your spirit recognized the call even before your mind understood. And the question is no longer, when will it happen? But rather, are you ready to claim what's already reaching out for you? In Buddhist teachings, there's a sacred understanding that every encounter, every crossing of paths, is born from karmic seeds planted long ago. Your arrival here today is part of that invisible garden blooming, a sign that the seeds you've nurtured with patience, struggle, hope, and resilience are about to bear fruit. To seal your connection to this moment, I invite you to comment with an angel number you feel drawn to: 111, 777, or 888. This simple act of intention sends a ripple through the cosmos, affirming your readiness to receive what's yours. Before we journey deeper, let me pause to express my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you for every like, every comment, every subscription that breathes life into this community. Thank you for bringing your light to eternal mindfulness. Your support doesn't just fuel this channel, it amplifies the very energy of transformation that we're building together. And trust me, beloved Leo, you will want to stay with me until the very last moment today. Because what the universe is about to reveal is far more spectacular than you could ever imagine. Let's open the door to your destiny together. The magic starts now. Of all the energies we are asked to master in this lifetime, few are as misunderstood as the energy of money. It is tempting to think of money merely as currency, numbers in a bank account, or paper bills passed from hand to hand. But when you pause, truly pause, you realize that money is a living symbol of exchange, gratitude, and opportunity. It is not simply a means of survival, but a sacred invitation from the universe to participate in the grand cycle of giving and receiving. Imagine, then, that every dollar, every coin you encounter is a seed, delicate but potent. A seed holds potential far beyond its appearance, just as one small act of kindness can ripple outward into an entire lifetime of joy. In the same way, how we honor, respect, and plant our financial seeds determines whether we create a barren desert or a lush garden in our lives. There is no randomness in this. Just as the earth responds to the care we offer it, our financial reality reflects the consciousness we bring to it. Many Leos, radiant and generous by nature, have recently felt the sting of scarcity. The Five of Pentacles appearing in your reading speaks not of failure, but of a necessary moment of reflection, a cosmic pause, asking you to realign. Scarcity is not a punishment, it is an invitation to see what has been overlooked, neglected, or misunderstood. And now, as the Ace of Pentacles emerges, you are being handed a new seed. A second chance. The real question is, will you plant it with intention? The cycle of abundance is deeply tied to awareness. Just as the mind creates suffering when it clings or resists, financial suffering often arises not from the lack itself but from how we perceive and handle what flows through our lives. When you view money as a heavy burden or a source of constant anxiety, you strip it of its natural ability to multiply joyfully. But when you see it as a tool, a partner, a vibrant expression of gratitude, it begins to grow, sometimes in ways you could never predict. In teachings that span across centuries, there's a timeless wisdom: what you nurture, grows; what you neglect, withers. Just as the mind must be tended with mindfulness, so must your resources. Setting clear financial goals, even simple ones for the next 3 months, is an act of planting your seeds in fertile ground. Beginning a small savings habit, even if only 5% of your income, is like watering those seeds. Recording your income and expenses is not about control or scarcity thinking. It is about honoring the journey of every drop of abundance that enters your life. When you align with this consciousness, you awaken a deeper understanding. Wealth is not a number, it is an energy. Wealth flows toward gratitude, stewardship, and purpose, much like rivers carve their way naturally toward the ocean. Money seeks places where it is valued, just as kindness gravitates toward open hearts. When you treat every resource with respect, when you pause to thank each opportunity, you send a message to the universe: I am ready to be entrusted with more. This is not wishful thinking, this is law, as certain as gravity. Manifestation begins not with desperate longing but with the silent, steady cultivation of readiness. You do not demand abundance, you become the kind of being who abundance naturally seeks out. In this unfolding moment, Leo, you are not being asked to chase after wealth as if it were some elusive prize. You are being invited to root yourself in a consciousness so rich, so fertile, that wealth cannot help but bloom around you. Trust this process. Nourish it. And watch as the seeds you plant today transform into gardens more vibrant than you ever imagined. Just as a river needs strong banks to contain its powerful flow, so too must we cultivate strong boundaries to protect the abundance flowing into our lives. Without these structures, no matter how much prosperity we attract, it will slip away through unseen cracks, slowly, almost imperceptibly, until one day we wonder why we still feel empty despite all our efforts. In the language of energy, these cracks often appear as unhealthy attachments, unresolved emotional debts, and relationships that no longer nourish our journey. The presence of the Devil and 5 of Pentacles in your reading today is no accident. They appear as gentle yet firm messengers, urging you to look closer at where your energy, and by extension, your wealth, is leaking away. It is not always the obvious forces that drain us. Sometimes, it is the friend who constantly asks for help but never stands on their own. Sometimes, it is the family member whose love feels conditional on your sacrifices. Other times, it is our own unresolved guilt, the belief that saying no somehow makes us a bad person, that if we set a boundary, we will lose love. Yet true love, like true abundance, does not require you to empty yourself to earn it. It flourishes in spaces where respect, responsibility, and reciprocity are honored. There is a profound teaching that reminds us, when the cup is already full of muddy water, no pure stream can enter. Likewise, when our emotional and energetic reservoirs are filled with entanglements and overcommitments, there is no room left for the fresh blessings the universe wishes to send. Learning to say no with kindness is not an act of cruelty. It is a declaration that you value your life force, your time, your resources. It is a quiet but profound act of self-respect. Every time you affirm your own worthiness to receive, without being depleted by others, you are strengthening your foundation, ensuring that the abundance you manifest does not simply evaporate. True generosity does not come from sacrifice, it blooms from a place of overflow. There is also wisdom in simplicity. Financial boundaries are not just about saying no to other people, they are also about saying no to our own impulses to give beyond what is healthy, to overextend, to spend in ways that serve fleeting emotions rather than enduring joy. Being mindful of where every dollar, every moment of attention, every ounce of energy goes, this is an act of profound stewardship, a way of honoring the sacredness of what you have been given. If you feel drawn to visual cues, working with colors like black and deep red during this period can amplify your inner strength. Black reminds you of the protective shield around your energy. It absorbs negativity without allowing it to penetrate. Deep red reconnects you to your root, your base, your primal power to stand firm, to say, I am enough. Wearing these colors or surrounding yourself with them in small ways can serve as a daily reminder of the fortress you are building within. Understand this, self-love is not selfishness. It is clarity. It is the understanding that you are not here to rescue everyone at the cost of your own journey. In honoring your own life force, you teach others to honor theirs. In choosing wisely where your energy flows, you tell the universe, I am ready to carry more, not through sacrifice, but through strength. What you protect, you multiply. What you nurture wisely, you invite to stay. In this season of powerful manifestation, trust that saying no, with compassion and conviction, is the most sacred yes you could ever offer to your future. Of all the lessons life invites us to learn, mastering self-control is one of the most transformative. Without even realizing it, many of us move through our days reacting rather than responding, pulled by invisible strings of fear, desire, or old habits. Yet the true meaning of strength, the kind the universe now asks Leo to embody, is not brute force or domination over others. It is the quiet, unwavering mastery of your own inner world. It is the profound knowing that you have the power to choose your next step, regardless of the storm raging outside. As the month of May unfolds, you are not just stepping into a new season, you are stepping into a new self. The Strength card arriving in your reading is not merely a sign of endurance, it is an invitation to a sacred realignment of your mind, body, and heart. You are being asked to remember that power does not reside in how loudly you roar, but in how calmly and consciously you hold your ground when life tries to shake you. This transformation begins with the body, the very vessel through which your spirit moves. Creating a simple, sustainable rhythm, ensuring 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep, nourishing your body with magnesium-rich foods, taking mindful walks at sunrise, is not just about wellness. It is about communicating to every cell that you are safe, that you are in command, and that you are preparing for growth. When the body feels anchored, the mind can soar without fear of collapse. Financial mastery follows the same principle. Applying the 50-30-20 rule, dedicating 50% of your income to essentials, 30% to desires, and 20% to savings and investments, is more than just budgeting. It is an act of conscious stewardship, a way of weaving mindfulness into every dollar you touch. Each conscious choice affirms, I am not ruled by impulse, I am a creator, not a consumer of my destiny. Money, after all, is simply another form of energy, and like any form of energy, it flourishes when treated with respect and clear direction. In matters of the heart, true self-control shines not through restraint, but through authenticity. Expressing love in a grounded, stable way, without clinging, without demanding, is a reflection of your own inner fullness. When you no longer seek validation from another to feel whole, your relationships shift naturally into deeper, more honest territory. Love given from a place of abundance, not lack, is the kind of love that endures beyond storms, beyond seasons. There is a wisdom often spoken in ancient teachings: mastering yourself is worth more than winning 1,000 battles. For each battle won against the world can be undone in a moment of inner chaos, but the victories you claim within yourself are everlasting. This is the journey Leo is called to now, not to conquer outer challenges by force, but to rise above inner turbulence with clarity and grace. When you hold your power gently but firmly, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You step into the role of conscious creator. Choices made from fear shrink your world. Choices made from centeredness expand it beyond measure. Every breath, every decision, every step you take with awareness becomes a thread woven into the grand tapestry of your destiny. You do not have to force life into submission. You only have to master the energy within you, the tides of thought, emotion, and intention, and life will naturally rise to meet your frequency. Like a river carving its way through stone not by violence, but by persistence, so too will you shape your life into something extraordinary, simply by standing firmly and compassionately within your own power. Of all the moments that mark a true transformation, few are as profound as when destiny quietly places a new path before us. It rarely announces itself with fanfare. More often, it arrives softly, through the gentle crumbling of what no longer fits, and the undeniable stirring of something new taking root within us. The presence of both the Wheel of Fortune and Death in your reading is not a coincidence, dear Leo. It is a cosmic confirmation that you are standing at the threshold between an old self and a new becoming. When the wheel turns, it reminds us that life is always in motion, always spinning us toward growth, even when the direction feels uncertain. Death, in its deepest sense, is not about endings alone but about the sacred clearing necessary for true beginnings to occur. Just as the autumn leaves fall not because the tree is dying, but because it is making room for spring's new life, you are being asked to let go of patterns, attachments, and fears that have served their purpose but can no longer carry you forward. This moment is not punishment for past mistakes. It is preparation for future greatness. When you surrender to this natural cycle, releasing what weighs you down while welcoming what lifts you, you align yourself with the vast, unseen intelligence that has always been guiding you. There is a teaching that says, you are not punished for your past, you are being prepared through it. What feels heavy now is not meant to break you, but to shape you into someone who can receive the abundance destined for you. Managing your finances, emotions, and relationships with conscious care is no longer optional. It is the foundation for the new reality you are building. Every act of mindfulness you bring to your money, every moment of emotional balance you nurture, every relationship you honor or release with grace, these are not small tasks. They are sacred rituals that open the floodgates to prosperity, health, love, and purpose. The universe is not withholding its blessings from you. It is waiting for you to create the space, the readiness, the vibrational match for what is already yours. One simple yet powerful practice is to write down the goals you wish to manifest in May. Treat this not as a list of demands, but as a sacred contract between your heart and the universe. Each morning, dedicate just 5 minutes to vividly imagining yourself living those goals. Feel the emotions of success, gratitude, and peace as if they are already yours. By doing so, you are training your subconscious mind, which in turn influences your energy field, and what you attract, in profound ways. There is also great power in the silent trust that accompanies these actions. Trust is not passive. It is a courageous choice to believe in what you cannot yet see. To know, deep in your bones, that you are not starting from nothing, you are starting from wisdom, from resilience, from everything you have already survived and learned. Saying to yourself, "I am in the process of becoming the best version of myself," is not mere affirmation, it is a sacred vow. If you feel called to work with energetic symbols, the number 1111 is a beacon of support for you now. It is the reminder that every ending you face is simultaneously a portal to a new beginning. Like a traveler crossing a misty bridge at dawn, you may not see the entire path ahead, but you are walking it with the invisible strength of countless steps taken before you. Your destiny is not waiting for permission to arrive. It is already unfolding within you. By aligning with it, by trusting the natural cycles of growth, decay, and rebirth, you become not a passive passenger but an active co-creator of the magnificent journey ahead. Not everyone is called to step onto the grand stage of life, but there are those whose very essence was crafted for it, and you, Leo, are unmistakably among them. You carry within you a rare kind of radiance, a frequency of energy that doesn't just seek the spotlight for its own sake, but because your light was meant to inspire, to warm, and to guide others. The Empress and the Wheel of Fortune together paint a vision not of random success, but of flourishing that was destined to unfold the moment you chose to honor your own worth. When the Empress appears, she speaks of a fullness that comes not from chasing or striving, but from cultivating inner abundance so deeply that it spills effortlessly into every area of life. It is the harvest after seasons of patience and faith. It is the garden that blooms not because it forced the rain to come, but because it trusted the seasons and tended its roots daily. Financial stability, vibrant health, and thriving relationships are not accidents. They are the natural consequences of aligning your actions, thoughts, and spirit with the energy of growth rather than fear. Each time you pause to record even the smallest victories, a kind word spoken, a commitment honored, a moment of inner peace achieved, you are weaving a tapestry of success that becomes impossible to ignore. The mind, left to its old habits, often fixates on what is missing or what is yet to come. But the heart, when trained in gratitude, sees clearly that every step forward, no matter how small, is a miracle unfolding. This is why writing down 3 successes each day is not just a self-help exercise, it is a ritual of recognition, a sacred honoring of the path you are walking. There is also great alchemy in sharing your joy with others. Much like a flame that does not diminish when it lights another candle, your happiness multiplies when it is offered freely, without expectation. In the teachings of deep awareness, we are reminded that generosity of spirit magnifies abundance, while hoarding it diminishes it. When you celebrate others' successes alongside your own, you become a channel through which more blessings can flow, not only for yourself but for the collective energy field you are part of. The colors that vibrate most powerfully with your journey now, rose gold and vibrant green, carry a symbolic resonance that can serve as daily anchors for your consciousness. Rose gold, a fusion of pink's unconditional love and gold's regal power, reminds you that love and leadership are not separate paths, but intertwined expressions of true success. Green, the color of nature's endless renewal, reinforces the truth that abundance is not a one-time event but a continuous, evolving process. Happiness is not the reward at the end of this path, it is the magnetic field you generate with every thought of appreciation, every act of kindness, every refusal to give in to despair. As you cultivate joy, you naturally become a magnet for everything that matches your frequency, opportunities, relationships, prosperity, and deeper purpose. Remember that you were never meant to live a life of quiet resignation. You were meant to blaze, to uplift, to lead not by domination but by example, by showing what it looks like to live fully awake and open-hearted. In doing so, you fulfill not only your own destiny but also the silent hopes of those who have yet to find their own courage. Every step you have taken, every challenge you have faced, has been preparing you for this. Now is not the time to question whether you are ready. Now is the time to trust that you have always been ready, and that the universe has simply been waiting for you to recognize it. You do not need anyone's permission to live brightly. You do not need to wait for a special sign, a perfect moment, or a voice from the heavens to tell you it's your time. You are the sign. You are the moment. You are the miracle that the universe has been quietly preparing, nurturing, and now, finally revealing. There is a sacred truth flowing through this journey we have shared today, that within you already lies every seed of greatness, every spark of abundance, every note of the symphony you were born to play. The light you have been searching for is not lost somewhere outside of you. It has been patiently burning inside your chest, waiting for you to look inward and claim it. And now, Leo, the question is no longer if you are ready. It is whether you are willing to stop doubting, stop delaying, and start becoming everything you were destined to be. Pause with me for a moment and ask yourself, what could your life look like if you chose to trust your own brilliance just 1% more each day? How would your relationships, your finances, your health, your joy expand if you treated yourself not as a project to fix, but as a masterpiece already in motion? The universe does not reward hesitation, it responds to boldness. And today, you have already shown boldness simply by being here, by opening your heart to these messages. If these words are resonating with something deep inside you, I invite you to anchor your intention. Comment an angel number that speaks to you, 111, 777, or 888, and by doing so, you are sending a ripple of commitment into the energetic field around you. You are saying, I am here. I am ready. I choose to align with my highest path. And while you are here, I want to take a moment to offer my sincerest gratitude. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for every like, every comment, every moment you choose to share your light with eternal mindfulness. Your energy doesn't just support this channel, it fuels a community of seekers, dreamers, and creators just like you, building a new reality together where each soul is seen, valued, and empowered. If today's message stirred something in your heart, I invite you to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who might need to remember their own power too. When we lift each other, we all rise faster. When we celebrate another's light, ours shines even brighter. And before we part ways today, I want you to hold this truth close. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are not chasing a destiny written somewhere far away. You are the miracle. You are the destiny. You are the living, breathing answer to a dream that the universe dared to imagine long ago. Now, dear Leo, will you choose fear? Or will you choose trust? Will you cling to what is familiar? Or step bravely into the magnificence that is calling your name? I hope you will stay with me, continue this journey, and discover just how extraordinary your life can become when you decide, once and for all, that your time is now. Because it is. It always has been. You are the light. You are the gift. You deserve the most beautiful life imaginable, and it begins today.